Now look, I know exactly what you're thinking. Crimson isn't a pulse rifle, you fucking loony. And to that I say, it's my video, and the gun is functionally more like a pulse rifle anyway, so I'm grouping it with these. Plus, it cuts out a hand cannon to do when I do that week. There is a lot of exotic hand cannons. Anyway, this is a week I'm dedicating to taking a look into each exotic pulse rifle in Destiny 2, plus Crimson. Today's entry is Crimson, an exotic hand cannon released as part of a random drop in Curse of Osiris, and the successor to Red Death, a pulse rifle that was in Destiny 1. Crimson's intrinsic perk, and the reason it's in this series instead of the hand cannon one, is Banned Weapon. This weapon fires a 3-burst round. And the other perk, Cruel Remedy, kills heal the wielder and headshot kills refill the magazine. Pretty potent, healing too, I may add here. Crimson's stats are pretty absurd for a hand cannon, making it level with pulses. Performance-wise, not stat-wise. Pulses have pulse stats. 75 range, 93 when masterworked, 97 stability, 42 handling, 64 reload, 24 magazine, and 75 aim assist. Crimson's extremely high range and pretty decent aim assist make it incredibly easy to hit headshots with. The bullet magnetism is just absurd. Crimson's time to kill though isn't too absurd though at 0.8 seconds, but the fact that it's a hand cannon pretending to be a pulse means it inflicts a lot of flinch, making it more difficult for other players to beat you in a duel, especially if you land the first shot. Crimson's damage at 31 for a crit also means if you nab yourself any kind of damage boost, you can 2-burst kill players, which is a rather good feeling. For example, high energy fire will put you at 37 for a crit. Crimson's ornaments don't really affect the sight or the reticle, but do change the spikes and the colours a bit, so pick your preference, I guess. I normally use the gunmetal green one or the black one with lots of spikes. As for subclass pairings, once again, bottom gunslinger stands out because it's pretty easy to hit headshots with Crimson to grant yourself practice makes perfect stacks. Warlock does well with Crimson on basically every class except the bottom Voidwalker because you don't need to double up on healing. Empowering Rift is a damage boost, so you can 2-burst when you're standing on it. Lumifaction Boots would be nice on Warlock too to massively extend your range. Titans though don't really get anything cool to synergize with Crimson, but shouldn't stop any player from putting it on since it's so good right now. Easy to use and pretty potent. You do have a couple of damage boosting options on Titan, but you know, not as easy to use as just popping down a Rift. I would say though Inertia Override is the easiest to activate. Finally, Crimson has a massive advantage over traditional pulse rifles because it gets access to a special exotic that only works for hand cannons. And there's only one exotic that does that. Lucky Pants. This exotic grants you faster swap speed to a hand cannon and increased accuracy for a short time after you whip it out. Accuracy makes it easy to hit shots pretty much. Really fantastic, and that's what I'm actually using in this gameplay. Having the higher accuracy makes it so that you don't really experience bloom, and bloom is what makes you miss shots at range sometimes. Now, as for the final little bit here, Crimson is fantastic for extending your life, allowing you to gain a lot of health back after an engagement, allowing you to fight the next player you encounter on even HP. That's pretty much the main advantage of it. Getting your magazine back is probably something worth mentioning there as well. I didn't write that down at the time. Thank you for checking this one out, and I'll see you tomorrow.
pressure on. Zone C locked.